Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for Ink Road stamps and I am going to be using the Mug Life stamp set as well as the Mug Life background stamp. So I am going to be using my stamp platform because this is a background stamp and you'll see here that I don't get a great impression the first couple of times, so that's why I like to use the stamp platform or a Misty or any kind of stamp positioner that you may have will work for this. So I am using my Juniper Mist navy blue ink from Catherine Puller, and I love this navy blue. It's my favorite. It's my favorite navy blue ink that I've ever used, and I just love it. So it's a really, really nice navy. This stamp is a stamp that I actually created this background and Laura turned it into a stamp. So my logo is on the front of the stamp and I'm pretty excited about that. That's my very first product with my name on it, which is pretty cool. It was hand stamped by me. And then I took a picture of the background that I stamped out with all of her stamps, with all of her stamp sets. And she created a background stamp with it, which is awesome. She did that with a couple other design team members as well. And it's really fun. Oh my gosh, it's so fun to see, you know, your hard work actually turn into a stamp, which is pretty cool because these backgrounds, you know, take me a while. I love to stamp backgrounds. They're so fun, but they are very time consuming. So it's really fun to see it turned into an actual product. So here I am. I stamped it twice and I just put them side by side because I'm going to use it as a layer on my layout. So if you wanted it to be bigger, I could have kept going, or you could keep going. You could stamp it as many times as you wanted to, just line it up. And that's, again, another great thing about the stamp, like a stamp platform or a stamp positioner, because you can line it up and get it, you know, pretty close to where it needs to be. So there it is. I trimmed it down to the actual size that I need it. And right now I am just trying to figure out what I'm going to do now. This is pretty much all I had in mind. I knew I wanted to use this collection and I knew that I wanted to use this Mug Life background stamp. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I had in mind. And the collection that I'm using is from Echo Park and it's called I Am Mom. I will have it linked below along with Ink Road stamps and a coupon code so you guys can get your hands on this background stamp or the Mug Life stamp set that I'm going to bring out in just a minute. So this is a photo of me and my coffee. I look like I have this I'm fed up look on my face, which I was. It was a crazy busy day. I remember that day very, very well. It was a crazy busy day. I believe that this was, I think, the week before I left to go to Creativation, and let me tell you, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to prepare my husband and my daughter and meals and the house and myself packing and getting things ready and all of that. So for sure it was a crazy day. So I did stamp one of the cups. I stamped it out twice because I wasn't sure how many I needed, and it's from the Mug Life stamp set, and it says, sorry if you guys don't like curse words, skip through this part really quick. It says a cup of get shit done, which is kind of what coffee is for me. It just helps me get through, you know, the busy times. It just helps. It's a pick-me-up. So I am using my blender pen here to color the coffee cup in. And again, you just tap it on the ink pad and it just transfers that color to the marker, and then you just blend it. It's pretty straightforward. But when you're switching colors, you do need to make sure that you wipe it off on a paper towel or a rag or something to get that color off so it doesn't transfer. So with the magic of editing, it's all done. Yay! It's all colored and fussy cut, so you guys don't have to sit through that. Yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and I think start building my layout. Now that I have my stamping done, these are some great ways that you can use stamps on your layouts. You guys, I tell you all the time, stamping a background, but you can, even if you don't have a background stamp like I did for this, you could just stamp a background that is one layer. So if you didn't have a certain pattern paper and you wanted to bring in some different stamps or different icons with stamps that you have in your stash, then that's a great way to use your stamps on your scrapbooking layouts. And yeah, so now I am just going around all of my layers with black soot, Distress Oxide ink, and I am going to do that just because I like the way that it looks. It kind of makes the layers or the papers kind of pop off the pages a little bit, add a little bit of dimension or shadow, and I'm really liking the way that that's looking lately, so I've been doing that on a lot of my layouts. Not every single one, but on a lot of them I've been inking the edges lately. So I do have this one piece of border strip. These are both from one of the 12 by 12 papers. Is just a full sheet of borders that you can cut out. And I cut one out that has like a laundry basket, dishes, groceries, coffee, an ironing board, laundry, but another laundry basket, and a crock pot. And I just thought that was perfect for what I was going for here with this layout. Moms do a lot. Don't get me wrong, dads do too. I don't want to I don't want to say that dads don't, but this layout is about all of the things that I did that day. And I also cut the border strip, the floral border strip, but I did trim that down to add another layer behind the other strip, the border strip, if that makes sense. I trimmed it down so it's not as long as the 12 by 12. So now I am taking a piece of very, very, very light pink cardstock. Yeah, it's a piece of cardstock, and I just matted the photo. I felt like I just needed something, something else behind the photo, and I am going to distress that or ink it with Distress Oxide ink, just to make it cohesive. Once you do the inking on one layer, it's almost like you have to do it on all of them. So at least for me it is. So I wanted to bring in this washi tape. That's another thing that I'm trying to use more of. I have a ton of washi tape, y'all, and I don't use it very often. So I did a full 12 by 12 strip of this one. It's got a whole bunch of little coffee beans on it, and it says rise and grind, but first coffee, and then that just repeats that. Those two phrases. So now I am putting the photo up on craft foam to give it a little bit of dimension, to stand up off the page a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. And then I believe that I'm going to start working on my title, I think. Let's wait and see. No, we're going to put this coffee cup up on foam as well, and we're going to try to see where we want to put it. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of embellishing on this layout. The title is going to be quite big, and I have lots of layers, and so I didn't want to do too much embellishing. Also didn't want to cover up all that beautiful stamp work that I did on the layer behind the photo. So I'm going to be using two different sets of thickers, but this particular set has a navy blue on one side and then a white on the other side. So I'm going to be using those, and then I'm going to bring in another thicker, which is the ones right off to the left hand side, and they are this gorgeous floral print. Now these are hard to use. I hear a lot of people say that they have hard time using patterned thickers, and it is, you know, it is true. It is hard to use, especially if they might only work for a certain kind of layout. So like these stickers worked perfect. The colors matched this collection very well. There's florals in this collection and it just went well. So the title is Just Another Manic Mom Day. So it's usually Just Another Manic Monday, but there was a little cut apart sheet in this collection that said it's just another Manic Monday or Mom Day. Yes, Mom Day. And I was like, that's my title. I know that's from a song. I know that they didn't come up with that, but the Mom Day was theirs and I thought it was just genius. So I definitely stole that idea. And I am going to do a little cluster up here at the top right hand side with a frame and one of the chipboard pieces that says Mommin' all the time, because I am. And then I'm going to, let's see, what am I going to do next? I don't know. I cut the excess of that frame off because I didn't want the whole thing on there. It was quite big. And so there is the Mommin' all the time chipboard piece. And I am trying to see which ephemera I want to use. And I'm going to use this that says I heart my life, because I do. And I'm going to use a couple of the butterflies from the chipboard stickers as well. And then I'm going to bring in some gems and flat back pearls from Ink Road Stamps. Laura has lots of beautiful gems and flat back pearls on her website now, and they're so pretty and so fun to use. So I'm going to do a couple little clusters of those, one around the title, the other one is going to be up in the frame, and then the other one is going to be kind of right here beside where I'm putting this little fishtail banner. And yeah, so I tried to use this little coffee pot. It's so cute, you guys. I really wanted to use it, but it just, for me, wasn't working. I didn't want to cover up all of my pretty layers. I didn't want to infringe on my title there. I am going to do like a little tiny bit of embellishing by the title, but it's a really small, tiny butterfly and then some flat back pearls. And, you know, it's not going to draw your eye away from the title because it's not that much. And that's kind of what I was going for. I just wanted a little something extra there. So there is the little tiny pink flat back pearls, and I'm putting them in clusters of 3 because you guys know that's what I do. And that's going to be my layout for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you guys are not already subscribed. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. I will also have Ink Road Stamps linked below, along with a coupon code so you guys can get a discount in the store. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Bye.